When it comes to celebrities, you surely heard of Tom Cruise, the fearless man with insane real stunts in movies, like climbing Burj Khalifa, an insane real helicopter chase, or if this was not impressive enough, he was hanging from the outside of a plane. He surely had a lot of fun doing these things. Now he's officially going to space in October of 2022. Today we'll take a look at the first Hollywood movie that'll be made in space. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe and comment "I subscribed" to be in the next video. In May last year, NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine announced that NASA will collaborate with Hollywood actor Tom Cruise to film a movie at the International Space Station. He tweeted, "NASA is excited to work with Tom Cruise on a film aboard the space station. We need popular media to inspire a new generation of engineers and scientists to make NASA's ambitious plans a reality." Elon Musk retweeted, "Should be a lot of fun." The initial flight for Tom was planned for October this year, but the flight was delayed to early 2022. The Hollywood actor will fly with the help of Elon Musk's company SpaceX with the director Do Lehman to film scenes for the unnamed movie. It was previously reported the mission will send the crew on the International Space Station for an 8-day stay, with speculation it's a preliminary run for Cruise and Lehman to scope out the extraterrestrial territory. NASA and SpaceX are reportedly pouring $200 million into this project. Reports say that there's space for one other person on the flight, suggesting that another cast member may join them on the journey. Since then, we've got no new updates about the movie, but we know that the release date is expected in May 2022. But Tom Cruise will not be the first actor to shoot a movie in space. The Russians will be first there for the movie named The Challenge, about a doctor sent to orbit to save the life of a Russian astronaut. At a news conference in Moscow before departing for the launch, they delayed the flight because of a last-minute health problem. Yulia Peresild, the first actor that would shoot a movie in space, said, "For the first 2 seconds it's scary. Her training on an airplane flight briefly created a microgravity environment. After that, it's beautiful." Yulia and Klim Shipenko, the director of the primary crew, plan to spend 10 days filming in the Russian segment of the space station. "We don't know when NASA will be there, but the Russians, at the time of doing this video, already were there." The flight was scheduled for October 5th. Yulia is 37 years old and was trained this spring after an audition. She has no background in space or aviation. After a lot of non-professional flights this year, including those of the owner of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, and the 4 of Elon Musk's company SpaceX. On the Russian side, they sent Anton Shkaplerov. He's an experienced cosmonaut who was the pilot of the 3-seat Soyuz spaceship. All members of the mission trained for in-flight emergencies with Russia's accident-prone space gear, whether in the capsule of the Russian segment of the station, which has been leaking air and earlier this year did a backflip in orbit after thrusters on a new Russian module misfired. Ms. Peresild said, "I'm not afraid. Fear is normal." She did the makeup on her own and worked without lighting or sound crews. Shipenko said that he aimed to bring to life the experience of space through the eyes of an ordinary person. The doctor character played by Peresild, "We want every person to be a little like our hero," he said, experiencing through her performance the feeling of space travel. At the time of making this video, the Russians went to the space station and most probably they shot the whole movie. And the best part was that they have safely returned home. Dmitry Rogozin, the head of Roscosmos, was there to greet the crew as they were removed from the capsule. But the movie scenes didn't stop there. The film crews shoot additional scenes for the movie at the landing site. They were sent to a 10-day rehab program to help them readjust to the return to Earth after spending 12 days in space. The crew's return to Earth comes on the heels of a scheduled thruster firing test of the Soyuz spacecraft Friday morning while it was still docked with the space station. At 5:13 a.m. ET Friday, the thrusters firing continued unexpectedly after the test was scheduled to end. This resulted in a loss of orientation control of the space station. Within 30 minutes, flight controllers regained altitude control of the space station, which is now in a stable configuration, according to NASA. The crew was awake at the time of the event and was not in any danger. Now the agency and Roscosmos are working together to understand the cause as flight controllers evaluate the data. The space station also experienced a spacecraft emergency in July. Yulia Peresild, the daughter of a Russian painter and a kindergartner teacher, gained a lot of new fans since the official announcement. She has performed in blockbusters, art films, and television series, and has for years acted at the Malaya Brannaya Theater in Moscow. This year, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, went to space with a rocket built by his company, Blue Origin, and 4 passengers in a capsule made by Elon Musk's company, SpaceX. The Russian plan was to send an actress into space to make the first movie there, after the non-professional spaceflight by Jeff Bezos. Filming extended extended scenes of an actress in weightlessness will be a novelty for cinematography, said Anton Dolin. He is a film critic and chief editor of Film Art, a magazine of movie criticism. After that, he claims that the title of the first movie filmed in space. He said, "The novelty wears off. It's unclear whether the future projects would justify the costs and risks. The film is a part of a large-scale scientific and educational project, which also includes a series of documentaries to be shot about the rocket and space industry enterprises and specialists involving in the manufacturing of launch vehicles, spacecraft, and ground space infrastructure. The project will become a clear example of the fact that space flights are gradually becoming available not only for professionals, but also for an increasingly wider range of those interested," according to Roscosmos. Maybe you're wondering, why would space companies collaborate with celebrities? The answer is simple. People have become obsessed with space, especially like billionaires like Jeff Bezos. After his trip to space, he received hate after what he said in the press conference, in which he thanked Amazon workers for making money for him that allowed him to travel to space. In a world with income inequality, a pandemic, wildfires, and extreme flooding are destroying communities, billionaires are thinking of flying to space. A Twitter user tweeted, "Jeff Bezos going into space for 3 minutes for funsies when he could have ended the world hunger feels dystopian." Emily Furfaro, a social media expert working at NASA, she saw a lot of growth in this topic in the last few years. She said, "In just 4 years since I started working at NASA, I've definitely seen an increase in people talking about space in the form of pop culture, as opposed to the scientific method." She added, "Another factor fueling our newfound affinity for the stars is the growing on-screen presence of technology, science, and space." But why is space becoming the trend? Hollywood is pushing this theme as well with movies like Avengers, The Martian, Hidden Figures, Star Wars, and Star Trek movies. TV's most watched shows of the decade have space plotlines and space nerds in the main character. Celebrities are pushing this topic as well, like Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Galactic. He sold $250,000 tickets for others to join his space trip. Elon Musk has plans to send people to the moon by 2023 and to Mars by 2024. According to NASA, the youth are the most interested in space. Elon Musk is a superhero lately for a lot of people. He's one of the biggest motivations for people and one of the best entrepreneurs today. A movie featuring Tom Cruise without running, with no explosions. What about the fight scenes? Do y'all think this will be still a classic Tom Cruise movie? We've got a lot of questions with no answers at this moment. What do you think about this partnership between Tom Cruise and SpaceX? Will this movie revolutionize the film industry? Let us know in the comments section. Don't forget to check out our playlist to watch more space content.